Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to talk about AWPing in CS2 and how to improve as an AWPer and how to become the best AWPer you can be. So first off, let's start with what the AWP is. As you probably know, the AWP is the best sniper in CS2. It has 5 bullets, it costs $4,750. It has a scope to which you can zoom, and it shoots slowly. So once you shoot, it has a time in which you have to pull the lever, and then after that you can shoot again. So with this basic information, let's see how you should use the AWP. So first, the AWP is very good at long range angles. The reason for that is because you have the zoom and you have the one bullet kill. If you hit a person anywhere except the legs, he will die from one shot. So you can hold a long range angle. With the zoom you're going to be accurate, and you will kill him with only one shot. If a rifle picks you, it's very difficult for the rifle like an M4 or an AK to kill you as fast as you can kill him with an AWP. Because obviously you need to hit only one shot, and he needs to hit 4, 5 shots or 2 shots or 1 shot if he hits you in the head, but that's very unlikely on long ranges. Because on long ranges the AWP has really good accuracy and the zoom, while the rifles don't have such good accuracy, they don't have zoom, and it's way more difficult to kill you. So for that reason also the AWP is good at holding angles. Doesn't matter if it's long range angles or a bit closer range angles, but you can hold any type of an angle with the AWP. It can be really long, it can be kind of closer. But just holding an angle is very strong because again you can just shoot one bullet and kill the person. So you might not even leave a chance for him to react. So I can give you an example with holding an angle. Let's say you are on T side and you are executing K. So let's say your teammates throw the smoke and stuff, they throw the execute, and then your job as an AWPer is going to be to hold an angle that the enemy is going to peek at some point. So you can hold an angle like this, because a common play for the cities is to push through the smoke. So you can just hold like this and kill the player who pushes through. Or if you didn't throw a city smoke, you can just hold this angle for your teammates, and while they're going out and somebody tries to pick them from city and kill them, you just kill that person who is trying to kill your teammates. So you're acting as cover for your teammates. Because if you just try to enter with the AWP, that's going to not be very efficient, because if you miss your shot, then you have such a long time until you can shoot again that the rifle can easily kill you if you miss your first shot. So it's going to be very high risk to go in first with the AWP or to just go into the execute. You have to be holding some long range angle where the enemies are not going to be focused on you, and you can just get an easy kill when they peek. That's a very strong way to use the AWP. On the city side you can do a similar thing where you just hold an angle that the enemy will most likely come from. So if you think that the enemies are going to go out ramp, you can hold ramp and get easy kills there. If they are executing K and they didn't smoke you off and didn't flash you off, you can easily kill them. But here is also the other thing, smoking you off and flashing you off, because the terrorists can smoke you off like this and then you cannot watch ramp anymore. They might not smoke you off, but they can flash you and then you cannot hold them anymore. So here comes in another thing, which is avoiding the enemy utility. So if you know that they always smoke city, this time you can try something different. You can try to play from triple and hold ramp, and you can kill them this way. If you notice that they like to flash, the next time when you see that smoke coming and you know that they flash after the smoke, then you can just hide, wait for the flash, and when they flash you can peek out and you can try to get a kill. So you have to think about how to counter the utility of the opponent when you are an AWPer. And you can use examples like this anywhere. As an example, in con, if they smoke off con every round, well, then what you can do is, if you have a good spawn, you can either, if you have a good spawn here, you can jump out of window and hold from here where you will not be smoked off, and then you get a kill and you fall back in con. Or if you have a good spawn on this side, from here you can go fast in con, peek from the bottom, and then after you get a kill you fall back. And you can think of examples like this anywhere on the map pretty much. So let's talk a bit about the positioning and how we want to start the round as the opener. So on city side, if you have a good spawn, let's say this is a good spawn to pick window or to jump out and go from bottom corner. So if you know that the enemy smoke window every round, you can jump out like this, as I said already, and you can hold from here, get a shot, and then fall back. Another thing you can do is you can smoke under and you can just hold from here, and then you can kill a person who goes towards the boxes on that side. There are other things you can do, like you can hold underpass from here, but then you have to have a teammate who makes sure that nobody is going to cross towards you and kill you in the back. With a spawn like this as an example, you can go in powers and you can hold an angle like this, which is going to be very strong, and you can get an easy kill like this and then just fall back. So in the early round, you want to be changing up what you're doing, and if you have spawn for some play, go for the play. It's going to be working most of the time, and if it doesn't work, at least you tried it. So if you have a bad spawn, you can just start the round in a more normal way. So you can go towards window if they don't always smoke you off, or if they smoke you off, you can try to look for a gap when you go on top of here, because sometimes maybe the window smoke doesn't land perfectly and it leaves a gap from on top of here, and you can see if somebody is crossing top mid. You can start towards tickets if you want. You can start towards B. You can get boosted on top of the balcony. If you want, you can ask for a teammate to boost you in ladder. So if window is smoked off, the two of you can just cross to here, and your teammate can boost you into ladder, and then this way you can drop down and you can hold an angle like this, let's say. So just change up what you do. Other rounds you can go in con and you can try to pick mid with a flash from A. Just change up what you do and try to go from different places that the enemies will not expect. And also when you are on T side, if you get a good spawn like this, you can go and pick window, try to kill the enemy upper. You can try to kill the enemy upper. If you get a spawn like this, then you can go for a ramp pick and try to kill the person who is crossing towards connector. Just go from different place. You can also go towards B to try to kill the guy who is jump spotting here. You have to just go from different place, because that's very strong for the open early round, to go for plays. And even if you don't go for a play, you can still use the AWP very strong with your positioning. So let's say you didn't have the best spawn, but you know that if you hold this angle, the enemy might get greedy and they might pick it at some point, so you can get an easy kill this way. If you think that the enemy might pick stairs this time, you can hold an angle and kill him at some point when he picks. So if you think the enemy will pick some angle, just go on that angle and try to get the kill. So in the mid round, until now we talked about the early round. Now the mid round, let's say you already took some up control and stuff, and now it's the mid round. It's time to make a call to decide where and go. What you can do in this time is hold an angle where the enemies might regress. So let's say you took mid control as a terrorist. What the counter-terrorists might want to do is to flash, go for info, go for some peeks even without flashes, and your job will be to just hold for that peak, and when they go for the regression, you get the kill. You can hold an angle like this as well, and when the short player wants to get some information, you kill him. This is a very strong way to use the AWP in the mid round. And something else you can do is you can just throw some utility to help your teammates. Let's say they want to go up short, or let's say they want to go up con. You can easily smoke short like this, and then your teammates can go up con with cover from short. And you can also, again, hold the smoke with your AWP, because the enemy might try to push it, and if he pushes it, it's an easy kill for you. So now let's talk about the late round. In the late round, you are already going to be doing an execute. In some of these executes, you might be the person who is throwing the utility, because openers cannot be used as the first people going in, so you might need to throw some utility for your teammates. I miss the smoke because my jump throw doesn't work for some reason. But you can throw smokes, you can throw flashes for your teammates. And then again, as I said in the beginning, you can then hold angles that the enemies might pick, hold smokes that they might push, and that's going to be very strong. Because you cover your teammates and your enemies will not be focused on you. When you're in city, as a rifler, let's say, you're in city side, and you hear two people running up, you try to pick them and catch them off while they're running, but in the same time, there's an AWP on the ramp who is holding for that, and when you pick, you get killed by the AWP. This is a very strong way to use the AWP. And on city side, the rotations of the AWP are very important. On city side, let's say you start off the round by picking con, and you get a kill. Now the enemies know that the AWP is con, so what you can do is you can rotate off towards B, because the enemy might think, okay, the AWP is con, let's try to avoid him and go B. But you're already on B, holding for them. And you get kills like this. Something you might want to do in the late or mid round with an AWP on city side is to search for kills. So let's say there's no information right now. You're in the city side and there's no information. You can do some things which might at first look crazy or sound crazy, but you can just go out on mid with no utility. You can just try to pick, and if you don't see anyone on mid, that means they're gathering up towards the side. And then you can go for a rotation towards the side. You can stay on A, or if you have some information about B, then you can rotate towards B and you can hold on B. And your teammates as riflers can also go for information plays like this and let you know what is happening. If you have two guys riflers pushing into ramp and checking and seeing that it's clear, then they have to tell you, and let's say you are in jungle holding pause, they tell you ramp is clear, and then what you have to think is, okay, if ramp is clear, then the enemy is probably gathering up towards the B execute, so I'm gonna rotate towards B, and I'm going to be ready for that. So I hope this video helped you. I went quite a lot into detail about doping and what you need to focus on, how you need to think. So I hope you learned something new. I hope it helped you. And if it did, you can leave a like and you can subscribe to my channel to not miss out on any upcoming content. Thank you for watching.